Thank you, Melissa, like I said, for joining us today to talk about Infinity Shore Club over in West Seattle. I've had the privilege of bumping into you numerous times and working with you throughout the years at various projects like Insignia and 188. And now, nice to see that you're over there in West Seattle, and I think you're holding it down and making things happen over there.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. I finished 188 last year, and at the very tail end of that, had the great fortune of meeting the new developers at Vibrant Cities for this project. And the more I learned about it, it's kind of like a horizontal high-rise on the water. I got pretty excited about it, so I'm really proud to represent them and this project.
Yeah, and it was great. I'm glad I was able to get over there for a hard hat tour about a month ago and actually see it.
Yeah.
And all the floor plans, and it just looks like a really stunning, very unique building, especially for West Seattle. It kind of brings a little bit more of a luxury vibe to Alki there.
Yeah, absolutely. Out of 37 residences, there's 15 different floor plans. So there's hardly very many alike. They're very unique. And the majority of them, there he is, majority of them face the water. A couple face the back hillside, but the majority of them face the water with these amazing views. So yeah, spectacular.
Awesome. Well, did you want to kind of dive in a little bit about just kind of yourself and you, like I said, you are the guru of new construction downtown. I mean, you know, a new construction in Bellevue and Seattle. So I don't know if you kind of want to introduce yourself there so people know who they're talking with.
Thank you. Yeah, I started back in like 2008, 2009 when we couldn't give these condos away, and was working for Gallery and Bricks, and we actually went to auction at that time. So all the way from that to 188, where it was a lottery, there was so much demand. So it's just been a real spectrum of new construction condo sales, and so Harvard and Highland, all of 8. There was a stint in there where there weren't any more condo projects. So I worked for Toll Brothers for a little while, but during that time, I got a call from Bosa Development, and then 8 years later, worked with them on Insignia, the launch of Insignia, the close out of Insignia, and 188 in Bellevue. So, and then, like I mentioned, I met the developers at Vibrant Cities and came on board there in October timeframe. And today, number 12 went in for contract writing. So we've had some great momentum in the last 90 days. So it's exciting. So I'd love to talk more about it.
Good. Yeah, I feel like everything just kind of flipped right around that time frame. You invited Jenny and I out on a boat and with the owners of Vibrant Cities, and that was actually really nice to see the project from the water, and then also to hear their story about who they were and actually kind of meet them more on the personal level and kind of see the finishes and all that stuff, because you guys had those boards on board the boat there. But that was a great event and kind of an eye opener to the project basically. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was a perfect way to see the luxury product there on the waterfront. They've had the challenge of launching and starting construction, and then COVID hit. Yeah. And West Seattle Bridge, as we all know, has some challenges. So they haven't had things go in their favor, but the bridge, I'm hearing, is supposed to be back open this summer. And hopefully we're on the tail end of COVID, and so just more activity. But yeah, it's all coming together, hopefully in their favor as we near the finish line, hoping for completion this summer.
Nice. Good. Well, you want to dive in? I understand you have a little bit of a presentation here.
All right. So Infinity Shore Club is over in West Seattle on the very tip of Alki, actually looking north, right out. You see the ferries go by, the water traffic, paddle boards, and then you're looking off to the north and you see the sunset over the Olympics. So it's absolutely a stunning location. 37 total luxury residences, ranging in size from about 1,100 to 2,500 square feet. So they're all large residences. And pricing they were from about 1.1 million up to a little over 5 million price point in the project. So it's a concrete and steel building. Like I mentioned, it's like a horizontal high rise. So it's only 6 levels high, but it encompasses about 5 parcels that they've had to be very patient and put together gosh, it's taken them over 20 years to acquire this property parcel by parcel. So it is very special, very unique, and a little horizontal, like I said, horizontal high rise. And here you see the front of it. Off to the right is your parking entry. It sits on top of 2 levels of undercover parking. You see the little water feature there, and that's where your infinity pool and jacuzzi, hot tub will be. And then right behind where that water feature is, there's a residence lounge. So it's a 2-story residence lounge looking out at the water, not only at the infinity pool, but then the sound to the north. So there is ample parking. I'm excited about the parking. We've all heard condos, and it's like the parking is oftentimes a challenge. Each of the residences comes with its own EV parking spot and station, charging station. So that comes standard with all the homes. And there's extra parking to purchase. So if you want a second spot, you can. There's 77 total parking spots and 37 residences. So it's a great parking ratio.
Wow, that's great.
It's a security controlled access to, of course, the garage and the lobby. In the garage, there's a car wash, there's pet wash, there's kayak wash and paddleboard wash. So it's really accommodating all kinds of a lifestyle. And so in recap, 37 offerings in the building, over 15 different floor plans, all concrete and steel construction, 1+ den all the way up to 3+ den residences. 11,000 square or 1,100 square feet up to 2,500 square feet, and price from 1.1 to over 5 million. So the amenities, like I mentioned, you've got your infinity pool with hot tub. And from the residence lounge, you're looking out at that. So it's going to be absolutely stunning. And you can see on that top picture how if you're in the residence lounge, the infinity pool takes you right out to the sound. So it's pretty spectacular.
I mean, it kind of looks like the Four Seasons, right?
Exactly. In fact, I think we are the only other infinity pool in the city, Four Seasons being the other one.
Yep.
In the back of the project to the south is this expansive back deck, and it's kind of resort inspired, very lush green belt to the south. Beautifully designed patio furniture by Susan Marinella, who did the Four Seasons and 1521. So it really speaks to the elegance of the building. And then here's your residence lounge. So acoustical stretched fabric ceiling panels at the top, built-in TV wall, cabinet with shelving, and a professional grade full kitchen.
Wow.
You're going to have a little fitness studio on the first level, and there's a door that'll take you out to the back area for extra stretching. And you've got treadmill, elliptical, free weights. So you've got your fitness right there. And of course, being located on the walking trail, you've got everything out your back door. So the beautiful lobby entry here, which reminds me, we're going to have Columbia Hospitality as our concierge service and HOA management company. Super excited about them. They, all of our home buyers that are in contract now already are able to take advantage of Columbia Hospitality perks, which give them discounts to resorts throughout the world, golf courses, and that sort of thing. So Columbia Hospitality, I think, is been very well received in the city over the last few projects. They're really coming on board.
And I would agree with that too.
So again, full-time concierge, kayak and paddleboard wash stations, car wash station, extra storage. All the homes will come with storage, but there's extra to purchase. So all the things that we hear about in condos that are challenges, parking and storage, we're not going to have any of those issues there. So very well thought out luxury building.
What are the prices for the storage?
Right now, we're still designing them and the different rooms. We're kind of going back and forth between, do we want extra storage or do we want built out wine storage? And so it's still kind of a debate. I've reached out to a lot of folks. I think I reached out to you as well. You know, is wine storage desired? Is it a must-have? Is it a deal breaker, or is extra storage better to have? So we're kind of vacillating between which direction to go.
Got it.
So over on the top, this is what's great. So if you buy on the first floor, second floor, third floor, everyone has access to the rooftop deck. So this is where you're going to get your 360-degree view. Here you've got over 3,000 square feet of common rooftop. You'll see the Space Needle up here, back to the city, but this gives you a real good orientation of what direction this building faces. And there's going to be fire features up there, little seating areas, again, lots of beautiful furniture. And then here's kind of a bird's eye view of that space. So you'll see the interior is the common rooftop area. Off to the right is a private rooftop for 2 of the penthouses. And then the interior 2 that you see kind of in a box there. There are 3 interior homes that don't have balconies. So they get their own assigned rooftop terrace. So kind of some fun nuances to some of the different units in the building.
And those interior homes, are these exclusive to just those, or those homes, or are they shared by any of the residents?
Yeah, so those particular ones that are kind of enclosed there, those are just for that particular residence.
Okay, gotcha.
And all the center part is common open space, and that's where your grilling stations are, your fire feature, and that sort of thing.
Perfect.
So here you see, this is particular private terrace for one of the penthouses. So these penthouses have spiral staircases within the penthouse that takes you up to its own terrace. The hot tub does not come standard, but it is built to withstand a hot tub if an owner wanted to put one up there. Another view. So the residences are absolutely stunning. You've got hardwood throughout. There are 7 fireplaces in the residences. So 7 residences have fireplaces and the other ones do not, but you have air conditioning that'll be, it's a VRF system, which is one of the best in the markets for efficiency and provides fresh air exchange throughout the day. And that's often a question we get nowadays with airborne issues that we're having with COVID and what have you. People like to know about the circulation inside the building. So these nano wall sliding doors that open to this outdoor space gives you that indoor outdoor feel. And if you notice, and you can really tell by this rendering, that the glass that embraces or covers this outdoor space goes all the way to the exterior where that concrete is. So that's like 8 to 10 feet out there. So it's really spacious, enough room for tables and chairs and living, you know, like a little living room setup. So lots and lots of room. And here's just another beautiful, all of the kitchen appliances are Miele. You've got your quartz countertop with a waterfall edge. You've got your tile all the way up the back. So it's very stunning. I think Susan Marilynella did a great job as far as the design. It feels very beachy and light and bright. The islands also have power to them. So that's a nice thought. Closer look there.
How many color schemes are there?
Well, at the beginning, when they started construction, they were going to have 2 different color schemes, a light and a dark, and everyone was going light. So now they're just all light. So there it is. Yeah. There is a heated floor in all the master bathrooms. So I think the radiant heat in the floor is really, really a nice touch. I get asked that a lot in the new condos, whether or not there's heated floors. And I'm glad that they're including that. There's going to be LED lighting throughout the project, Cat 6 data wiring throughout the project. So up to 9-foot ceilings, again, the Miele appliances, panoramic views, the nano wall glass systems are really unique to this project. And again, it's concrete and steel construction. This developer will double drywall in between homes. So it's drywall insulation, air pocket insulation drywall. So they're extremely, you're not going to hear, see, or smell your neighbors and vice versa. So that's something that's really desired, I think, in this price point in this product. Buyers will have the opportunity for upgrades. They can work with window. We have preferred window vendors. There's going to be preferred closet systems. They'll come with standard closets built out, but if they want to personalize that space, they'll have that opportunity. There'll be a vendor for AV systems. And we just partnered with a really high-end Italian furniture company called Lazzoni. And so our buyers are going to be offered design services and discounts because a lot of times when people are downsizing to this product, they want condo furniture. You know, they're moving from their 3,000 to 8,000 square foot home. They've got big bulky furniture and they want something more slick and more designed for condos. So we have that partnership in place. But just a little bit about the team. So Vibrant Cities, you had the good fortune to meet them on that boat cruise that we went out to, but they're super passionate about the project. I just love working with them. They have several residential properties throughout Seattle as well as Portland, so they're really growing. The general contractor is Walsh. Their corporate headquarters are in Chicago. They've done a lot of high rises on the waterfront in Chicago. So I think they're the great choice for that location. Again, we talked about Columbia Hospitality. Tuscarino Associates is the architect and Susan Marinella is doing all the interior. So it's a super team. And like I said, super proud to represent them. Yeah. So here is a fun picture of construction a while back. We're much further along than that, of course, now that we're going to be completing here this summer. But I also wanted to mention, if anybody has any questions, you've got my contact information there. It's a little bit different process than what I'm used to. In the past projects, I've had a sales gallery where people can come and kind of touch and feel and see. There's not a sales gallery here, so a lot of the communications we do via Zoom, like we're doing now. I can send you floor plans, I can send you a list of amenities, an exhibit B, which lists out all the appliances, all the fixtures, what's your faucet going to be. And we really get a lot of those questions answered. And right before we go to purchase and sale, we can then schedule a hard hat tour. So it's a little bit different approach, but since coming on board, like I said, in October, the 12th contract just went out for signature this morning. So, and you're asking yourself, who's buying here? It is a lot of baby boomer downsizers. It's people that they've lived in the big house. They want a lock and go lifestyle. There's several West Seattle people that love West Seattle. They don't want to leave West Seattle, but they're ready. They're tired of the yard work and roof repair and that sort of thing. And they want concrete and steel. And they don't want to live on Pike and Pine. They're not necessarily wanting to be in downtown Seattle, and they don't want to be in a tower of 400 residences. So it's a boutique offering, very, very unique and truly one of a kind. So yeah, that's my spiel, Ashley.
Honestly, that was great. Yeah, everything.
Have I said it before? I think I've said it a few times.
Yeah. If anyone has questions, feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat box there. I know we talked about the Columbia Hospitality, which I do concur that, they're great, wonderful, and this is a really great project for them to be a part of. The concierge, to have that service also for only 37 units is going to be very kind of high touch. And I feel like, you're going to have kind of your own personal concierge downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to be kind of extended business hours? Is that the thought?
Yeah, it's going to be extended business hours. It's not going to be 24/7, but extended business hours. So yeah, a little bit different feel.
Yeah, awesome. And then what are homeowners dues, price per square foot, and what do they include?
Yeah, great. Thank you. HOA fees are about 97 cents a square foot, and it's going to cover your water, earthquake insurance, water, sewer, garbage, gas, of course, the amenities and the concierge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great. And then I think that they're talking about parking again. Can you just go over again what's included and what's optional?
Yeah, so all of the residences come with their own EV parking spot and station. And it's a huge selling feature. Yeah. Not even if people, some people don't even have an EV car yet, but we know it's a thing of the future and it's definitely talked about. So, and if you do want a second spot, there's ample spots to purchase. So $75,000 for a second spot. The penthouses, the 3 bedrooms come with 2 spots standard. Yeah.
And one of those is an EV spot and the other one's just.
Yes, it's exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You're not able to purchase 2 EV spots. So we need to, but we do have 1 per. So there's 37 EV spots in the garage.
Yep, good. And I always ask this because every once in a while we have an investor looking for kind of a higher end home. So what are the rental restrictions in the building?
Yeah, great question. We're not able to have any more than 10.
Okay.
So we, but I'm not really seeing a huge investor profile here. You know, this price point is not super indicative for your typical investor, but we do have a couple. I've got a couple people that have that in mind. They want to rent it out initially because they know they want to live here, but they are not quite ready yet. So out of the 12 purchase and sale contracts, 9 of them, this is a second home, and 3, it's a primary residence. So this is a second home buyer also. You know, they live, you know, they've got a place in Palm Springs or in Arizona, and this is their Seattle spot for the summer.
Yep, that makes sense. And then as far as the residents per floor, how does that work out? Like, what's the average?
Oh, that's a great question. So it's almost, if you remember the building, it's almost like 2 towers. So to the west, there are about 4 homes per floor on the west side, and then on the east side. And then in the middle, there are the 1, 2, 3, 4 residences right in the middle. And they're the ones that don't have the outdoor terrace on them, but they have their own, 2 of those have their own little private rooftop terrace on top.
Gotcha.
So it kind of, it's very small, very boutique-y, you know, and like it's almost like the West Tower and the East Tower, and they're all separate. And in the back, if you recall, on the outdoor space, there's like a walkway along the back that bumps right up to that green belt. And it's just, it's so special to have all the greenery in the back, and you hear all these beautiful sounds and these birds. And then you look out north and you've got water. I mean, where can you say, I can guarantee that your water view is not going to change, and I can guarantee that your beautiful landscaping in the back is not going to change. So it's pretty special.
That was one of the things I remember from the tour, is just that wall of windows in the back, and how it just was so lush and green and just so peaceful. And then you do turn the other corner and then you see the water. It's like too compressed.
Complete. Yeah. And this developer owns the property behind us. So that's nice security for, because people ask that question, who owns that property? What happened back there? So yeah, it's a good thing.
That's great. Yeah. And I can't believe the story of taking 20 plus years to get actually the patience involved, and the, you know, renting the house, whatever they did during that time. Just to put this project together as a story in itself. I mean, you just won't see that nowadays. I mean,
no. And 2 of the homes, in fact, if anybody's interested, you can email me and I'll send you the links, but 2 of them, they moved the actual house off to a different location. So they preserved the house and they moved it. So it was pretty fascinating. It was well before my involvement, but yeah, very passionate. And then can you imagine spending all that time and doing all those things and putting this great team together? And then, you know, the bridge goes down. And then COVID hit.
And then COVID.
So a little bit challenging at the finish line, but we're going to come out strong.
Yeah. And I follow them on LinkedIn too, just in terms of their activity. And I think they have another, like you said, a project in Portland that they're launching and what have you. So I encourage those who are interested in learning more to definitely look them up and kind of follow the different projects, because I think it's a quality, you know, there's all different types of developers out there, as you know, and the ones that kind of take time to, you know, put things together as they should, sustainably and smart, and look to the future. There's only a handful of those guys out there. So I really do think that this is a good project. It's a gem for sure for West Seattle.
Yeah, and the other thing I like about it is people do ask me this question too. This is not one and done. You know, they're here to stay. They're really relatively young from a developer standpoint. So they're in it for the long haul. And it gives people peace of mind and confidence, knowing that it's not just one and done project.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think I got all my questions answered. And of course, we'll post Melissa's contact information, and you can reach out to me as well. But we'll definitely be available to assist if there's any follow-up questions.
Awesome. I appreciate having me on here and being able to share. It's a great project, and please reach out if anybody wants additional information.
All right. Well, I think that that's it. Thanks again. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, talking to you, bumping into you randomly downtown.
I love it. All right. We'll see you soon.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.